Welcome back to the Pre-Vetted podcast, where we spotlight extraordinary people and remarkable talent reshaping our world. Today, we are joined by Khurram Hussain. He's founder and CEO of IRVINEi and Mojo Solutions and Services. Khurram has spent more than a decade building companies around emerging tech with a focus on AI, product, and building practical solutions. At IRVINEi, he's building Oval and Edge AI home hub designed to combine an AI bodyguard, assistant, and smart home connectivity, keeping AI private and running locally on device. Khurram, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Federico. Thank you for inviting me.
So, can you tell us about Oval?
So Oval is our product, right? And basically, as a company, we are an Edge AI company, and there has been evolution on the process of what we thought we are and what we have become. So we are an Edge AI company where we provide the compute on Edge. The problem with there are a lot of advantages of Edge versus cloud, and they will grow more and more in future. But before I go there, the problem with the edge computing, why it's needed, and people are realizing it very fast, and they will keep realizing it. And we want to be in the forefront of that market. And what we have solved is we have developed the whole software stack besides the hardware stack for edge, right? And when we say people think it of Oval or Irvine as a smart home and security company, smart home and security is just one application of our platform. We had to have application of our platform because we say we have created a new category called AI Hub, right? So AI Hub is like a personal computer of 1981 or at least 1980, right? So because people didn't realize what it is, everybody was in the cloud with the mainframe computers working in the banks, and even the schools had access to it. But people saw it. IBM CEO at that time said we world needs like 100 computers or something, right? That's what his idea of computing was that time. But, so right now, everything AI is going through the same very similar phase where everything is in the cloud and the applications developed are in the cloud because of their nature and size. But that will shift faster than we think. That the compute will be required on the edge, and the people will be understand more technology and more applications of AI will be developed, which are more private and cheaper and faster, just like a personal computer. And that's where we come in as a Edge AI device. And Oval is our first application. Yes, it does not have a keyboard and mouse, and because it's our AI will be more have a feature interface of voice, and it will be able to see us and we'll be able to talk to it, and that's what where Oval comes in because Oval does have a local communication voice AI working on it. It has a camera and it connects with any camera. So it has a computer vision on it and compute on it. And in the future, as we grow, our future versions will have a local language models on it as well. So even for the language models, we won't have to reach the cloud. And it might sound very difficult right now, but sooner than you think, it's a lot faster.
Right, right. Yeah, because the LLMs are developing so quickly. There's so many options now that that's going to be more feasible in the future.
There, a lot of them are already feasible. It's a matter of how if your software is capable of doing that or not. Uh, so
So, why did you choose Edge AI instead of doing everything in the cloud?
the biggest differential is the cost, right? So here's my personal story that my son was 4 years old, he's autistic, he ran out of the home and I could not find him. And it took us 10 minutes to realize he's gone. And we started checking all the cameras and it was in front of the cameras. He's running out of the home towards a swimming pool. And we did not know. And okay, we found him later. But he said, why the hell the camera didn't give me alarm? Because the damn ring keep telling me there's a guy or there's a motion, right? On my own son. So, and then I started going down the rabbit hole of why. And that why came of discovery with like the compute is very expensive, cloud is different, we don't have any software architecture, we don't have any hardware architecture, and doing that in cloud is prohibitively expensive. And anybody who's tried to do it in the cloud won't able to do it for foreseeable future, and it's getting only more difficult with the shortage of data center availability and construction, right? So then we said, okay, this can be solved on edge. We can do a lot of edge. We tested and benchmarked a lot of GPUs, and we found like, okay, what we can do and what we cannot do, and that and where the future is going. So based on that, we came up with this whole thing, doing it on the edge. Because what we are doing on the edge, our competition will charge you $200-300. They're copying us. Ring is copying us day and night. You had the CS. They are using our features names since our patent came out last year in May. They came out a lot of features which are called like they try to copy us left and right, but they don't have the hardware capability to do that. And in our core, we're not a smart home company. Our feature is like our technology is deployed in senior care living to offload the nurses' workload and the hospitals to inform doctors and nurses on the nurse stations properly because the applications of our technology are far beyond the smart home.
Right. So smart home is one of the applications, but it could be used in so many others.
Yes, that's what the core of the technology is. And with our open platform where the developers can come and develop a lot of AI agents and AI apps on our platform. And so the possibilities are huge once we look at it.
And what does traction look like for you right now?
We are going in production. So we are on the last phase of production to smooth out all the uh, hardware things about the edge, which we have developed in last 2.5 years. And put it in the production. So pretty much we are close to going to production. I keep saying like 90 days, but this time it will be 90 days.
So in 90 days, you're launching to the audience, to the public.
90 days we'll have shipment start. Yeah,
Very
shipments
nice.
because we have 350 customers already waiting, so we have to start shipping to them. We have 3 distributors who wants to try our product, which we have signed LOIs with. And we have about 14, 15 distributors who are lined up. Plus, we have to turn on up Amazon and other stores as well.
Right. What is one thing that most people misunderstand about AI in smart homes?
So there are a lot of misunderstanding about AI in general. How AI will evolve is very amazing and how AI will be used. So people are afraid of AI, rightly so, once you have it in the cloud. And I think you saw the Super Bowl ad in US. It is a big controversy with Ring that they're using other people's data to find other people's dogs without their consent. And they say they have a consent. Then today it's a dog, tomorrow it's spying for eyes, and the day after tomorrow is like 1984 George Orwell everywhere, right? So that's what the because Ring has inherently is a big corporate company has been using the data for data monetization at a very huge scale already, including working with other companies, agencies. So the problem are inherent with any big company which has to monetize the data. So if the data is on the edge and you can secure or lock your data, that's a different ball game. So that's where we come in.
Right. Right. Interesting. So you also talk about AI bodyguards. What type of functionality are you thinking
So in our
for
smart
the
home
future?
space, so once you give a brain to with a computer vision, you can have somebody who can look after you and tell you, oh, what is going on. So when we say AI bodyguard, it means somebody's trying to break into your home. There's a guy with a gun on your door. If the guy's a policeman, or the guy somebody you need to be worried about, if the guy's brandishing the gun. We do all that analysis in real time. A grandparent fall down inside the home, and if they're not moving, or you should call 911, or they're fine, they looks like walking, or child is going near a swimming pool, right? Or somebody's eavesdropping, or somebody you put on your unwanted list and is stalking. So it's sort of a bodyguard for your life where you don't have to worry about your personal safety and security, and somebody tells you in time.
Interesting.
That because you have to realize that our device connects with all the cameras around it, right? So it becomes a brain and watch for you because all these cameras are dumb cameras. We make them smarter.
Right. They just recorded the image but don't analyze it, don't understand what is going on.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Yeah. I've seen people using the cameras with zones. So basically, if you have a wall, right, it can detect moving on, outside of the whatever house property and then inside of the property. And then they can detect when you kind of somebody walk over the wall, right?
That's what we can do as well. When somebody jump
They,
across the wall, we detect it. Somebody's trying to jump across your window, we inform you that somebody's trying to jump.
I mean, they do it based on pixels movement, right? Which is a very crude way to do it, right? But with your vision engine, then you can do much more advanced at behavior detection, right?
Yes, a lot of it is like a boundary detection. You create a boundary on the pixel and anything moving across that boundary, we do totally differently. We have our AI for that.
Right. And would developers be able to build on top of your platform?
That is our plan, that we believe that AI is not just one big models cannot serve the whole humanity. It's a lot of AI models and AI agents working together. And that's why how we see that democratization of AI will take place beyond five big companies running big LLM models. So that's how we will open up we have already testing, which we are in pilot with few developers on the developing AI apps and AI models, AI agents basically, and AI models, working with them on our platform besides IoT devices as well.
Right.
So in future, we'll have our whole AI app store where people can develop different apps and share with each other.
Interesting. And what type of AI apps would you like to be built on top of your platform?
So there can be like it's the same question if you ask somebody in not somebody 2007, if you ask Steve Jobs what kind of apps will be developed. You can give some good ideas, but you can never foresee the whole human ingenuity which comes with it. So there will be apps which will be for safety or factory floor or nursing care and hospital and parking lot monitoring and factory floor. And there will be much more beyond which I can imagine today. Because a lot of those apps which we see, like mobile apps, they needed the domain expertise for fitness app or communication apps or organization apps, which we use in today's life on our phone. We did not. Those were developed by some of the people who had the expertise in this domain. It was difficult for anybody else to develop and deliver those quality apps to the people or the consumer or the users without knowing all those problems which the consumer needs to go through. So it's a similar situation here because each AI problem and is a different in nature, and people with the right amount of expertise and the data will able to develop that use cases more better than one big company or one small company trying to do all of it.
Right. Right. It's the you can vision some apps, but the word can exceed our wildest expectations, right?
Yeah, yeah. We,
When
we
the
we did write a
creativity
white paper, and
starts.
we found in that white paper there are 100,000 plus AI use cases which can be developed using our platform. And
Wow.
this is just 100,000 which we counted. There's like millions out there. So we just not know exactly, but we know the potential is huge.
Right. Right. And what is your market vision beyond smartphones?
You mean smart homes?
Smart homes, yes.
So smart homes will be a natural. Our platform is ready to tackle any kind of models for any industry today. Right, our voice control can be upgraded according to the needs. Our agentic AI system will be or somehow is capable of understanding the context based on the data and agents working with it and able to produce the results. Right. So technically, we are ready on all the on AI level. The graphic our GUI, the graphic user interface, we will have to update depending on the industry if it's required. But without doing it, if you are able to communicate with it or talk to it and develop it, the platform is already ready.
Interesting.
That's the beauty of AI, right? AI, you don't need to design a GUI a lot. You can talk to it, and if it can understand it, it's done. You don't have to design another interface to adapt to the new environment, new industry, or new use case.
Right. You can just you can just use the chat interface and then everything else can be done through the conversation.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you could give a piece of advice to a founder building AI products today, what would it be?
Well, I will not qualify myself yet to give a good advice to any founder. I'm in the process myself, right? But few simple things which you see that you have to go through it. You should have a passion because it's very painful. time consuming. So, but one thing, if you are in it and you don't feel that pain, and if the pain comes and after a few moments you say, fine, we'll go get through it every single day, then you are the right person and do it. Don't wait.
Right. Right. Amazing. So we talk a little bit about Oval. Can we talk a little bit about Irvine IRVINEi and what scope of problems are you trying to solve with that company?
Yeah, so this is a evolution journey. So IRVINEi was the company we started, and we said, okay, this is the problem we are solving. OL was as a product, hardware product. So once we did the rebranding of everything, we became, our new website is hellool.com. Still irvinei.com. You write, you go to hellool.com now. So we rebranded our company around the product rather than the product around a company. There are two methodologies of branding. If you go with the marketing folks, that's what they talk about, right? That's a foundation of branding. So we rebranded the company around the product, which is Oval, and IRVINEi is the company, which is Edge AI company in its core. Maybe we have different brands than Oval in future. Right now, we are focusing on one thing, which is Oval, and our website is hellool.com. And foreseeable future that will be the case, but maybe in different industries, if you want to enter, you need to have different versions of the product. Then we'll have maybe different brands coming in that case. So I don't know yet, to be honest, but we want to enter different industries as soon as we can to to do the proof of concept.
Right. Right. So
But the
it's
core platform will always be OL, because that is where compute and the software has already been developed, all the whole software stack for Edge. So we need to understand one thing, that if you want to develop a mobile app for Android or iOS, or you want to develop a web page, you have a software stack which you follow to do those things, right? There was no software stack for Edge available before us. And we are the company which we have a software stack to allow run the Edge AI and compute and AI agents on one platform, right? On the edge. And that's what differentiates us from a lot of companies. If we make that software stack public, that's another way we can be very quickly grow as well.
right. Right. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, it's part of the discovery journey, right? That you build one brand, but then you pivot and then you start building a product. But now you have both. You're taking care of both and working on launching the product, but also having the company to support it. Yeah, I think that's very interesting.
Yeah.
So, what was the hardest part of turning this from idea into?
I think so. Whenever you go on a journey, which is a lot of R&D, we have a lot of technological patents on our technology as well. So going through the R&D and finding the right team and the right folks who align with the vision and who love it takes time to grow in, especially for a small startup. Because in the startup, the always anywhere in the world is the focus. The focus and alignment is very difficult things to continuously prototype, do the R&D and change the prototype and to reach a stage. And you have to do it so many times to do one thing, because there's so many features working. Every feature has a separate prototyping being done. It's not an easy process. You need a good, very good team and focused team to do that. To establish that team and make sure that team is not only motivated, but also aligned with the vision in the long term. And they are in it for the love of it more than money and success, which comes with it as a byproduct. That is very difficult. It's not easy. People think it's easy to do, but no, it's not easy to do. Even for companies like Meta and Google, that is the biggest challenge to date, if you ask them at the core of it. So that particular team, the good thing is we have it, and I'm proud of it.
Right. Right. It's super hard to build products, and one of the things I find hardest the most is to figure out what not to build, to find that right path and what are things to avoid. I think that's hard, right? And with with more resources, you can make you can afford to make more mistakes, right? But you're walking a fine line of of limited resources, trying to launch on a particular time, delivering on the promises you make to the potential clients. a balance that it's hard to do. Yeah, yeah. So what other plans do you have for Oval and IRVINEi after the launch?
So we have a lot of plans, a lot of things we can discuss, a lot of things we cannot discuss, right? So we have
Right.
come up with a whole roadmap beyond launch, which we have already planning somehow, putting it's only from the drawing map to the pipe. We are working on putting it there. We have plans to, it's also depends on the evolution of the AI, how fast it can be and how fast mass adaptability comes in with it. So there are few very different plans in different directions. It's so much you can do right now, as in so many different ways, which can go right and wrong both ways. So in AI world right now, that you have something which I have right now in our pipe. After 6 months, will be that we'll be working on, or there'll be something which will be different. But whatever we do, it will be based on the foundation of what we have already developed, which is Edge AI solution. So it can be a different application, but it will be based on the foundation of Edge AI hardware, which we have developed.
Right. Right. Amazing. Amazing. I'm looking forward to see the product, and play with it and see how it performs. Happy to give you any feedback when I try it out. Yeah.
I'll definitely sending out. I have one of the units which we receive from China in the testing, like room being tested right now. Right.
Right. Oh, nice.
So we have more units coming in. So there's a finalization phase we are going through. So we can start the production and start shipping as soon as possible.
Amazing. Amazing.
And one thing I don't want to be remembered, our company as a smart home and security. It's basically a compute provider, which provide the edge computing whole stack hardware to software right now. Once you look at it from one industrial application like home and security to edge computing stack to develop, run hardware and software, it's a totally different two different directions. And I believe the edge compute hardware on the edge will be a lot of utility and utilizations is available. And that's where we will have something which we have some vision for, but market and movement around the market, different consumer will decide, will be able to make that vision more clear. So
Right. Right. Yeah, I think that people associate it with one particular category because they try to associate it with something that they're familiar with.
yeah,
But
because here's the thing. So if we say we are defining a new category of the product, right, which is AI hub, nobody understands what AI hub is today, but maybe 6 months to 2 years down the road, 3 years down the road, people will have it because once you say, okay, why I can't do this with this device or my computer or my Ring or Google Hub, you say, no, it's not an AI hub. And that will change the conversation or understanding of the people what AI hub means. So till then, we are in a phase where we want to catch up into that market faster. There will
right,
be AI hub will be a thing for all the businesses, homes, everyone, really soon.
right. It's the challenge of creating a new category, as you say, um, because people don't know where to position the product because they don't know what they right.
Our minds things in the boxes. We want to fit everything in a box, and if it doesn't fit in the box, it goes out of the box, and that's the challenge.
Right, right. But the payoff is that, on one side you have to share the vision with the audience, with the market, and convey that, educate them on that vision. And then the payoff is that once they get it, then people are going to be much more interested in the product, right? But it's going through that initial, friction until they get
Yeah,
it, right?
that's what our strategy was, to have one category instead of finding out and then move. Then the challenge will be to detach from that category and being a mothership, not the subship. So we will go through that. It's not a big challenge. If we offer our audience the right value, they will understand what we are offering. Yeah, as soon as they can, they can see the value.
Amazing, amazing. Kurang, I truly appreciate you being here today. Any final remarks before we wrap it up?
Yeah, wrap it up. Yeah, AI is a fast evolution and we want to be in the forefront of it in different ways. And also, democratization of AI will define the future of humanity in so many ways that it empowers individuals without the control of big corporations. And that's where the world will change. And it's already changing. Applications of this technology on Edge AI is from home to the factory floors to the battlefields to everywhere. So, and we say the next thing is go to hellooval.com and check us out.
Great. We put the link to the website in the description below so people can go and check it out as well.
Thank you very
Great.
much. Thanks,
Thank you.
Frederica. Nice talking to you, man.